Hey, y'all, and welcome back to Your Relationship with You. I'm so excited to talk to you all today because I wanted to give kind of like not a movie review, but what I got out of a movie that I watched over the weekend, which was Jesus Revolution. It was phenomenal for several different reasons, but most importantly, what I what I've always known and what I'm even coming to realize now is like the move of God is always fresh and always waiting to be revealed to the next generation. Like even when you look at the Bible, it's when Jesus came on the scene, he was a radical individual, like absolutely radical. He was pushing up against the systems at play. And that's why the Pharisees and Sadducees could not see him because they were so bent and stuck on the tradition of things, the rules of things. And Jesus said, look, God, like I am the way. I am a movement. I am a freedom. I am a liberty. And yes, there are some things that, he's like, yeah, don't act like that. Don't do these different things, but it's not to put restrictions on you in that way to confine you. It's so that you understand like you can have life and liberty within boundaries, if that makes sense. Like the movie is all about it takes place in the 70s, early 70s, and a man of God opened his church to hippies. And at that time of life, hippies were, or that time, in history, hippies were considered to be, these free loving, orgy, drug induced type people. And what they came to understand is like, no, they're just in search of truth. And that's even how it is today. People that are spiritual and so-called enlightened and things of that in that nature, they are looking for truth. And there's not enough of us that are proclaiming the actual truth of Jesus to these people, to the world, to the masses. We're too busy in our churches talking to each other about a truth that we already know, when God commissioned us to go out in the world, preach the gospel to all people, the good news of Jesus Christ. And so, that movie, like I say, was just incredible because it shared that. And because this one man was willing to open his church, open his home, open his heart to the so-called hippies, there was a massive move of God. Massive move of God. Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people were saved because of it. And so, when I think about in today's time, when we have young people that are, again, in search of truth, they are falling away from the church. They're going more into, crystals and sage and things of that nature. They're moving into these so-called enlightened paths that they're trying to find spirituality, not understanding that it's found in Jesus because he is the only way. And so the objective of all believers is so that we preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. And not only do we preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, we live the gospel of Jesus Christ. Paul called us to be a walking epistle, which means that my life should display who Jesus is. The way I conduct myself should show who Jesus is. The way that I speak, the way that I live, the way that I even walk, the way that I carry myself, every single facet of my being should point to Jesus and who he is, and know that he is real in our lives. And so that's how you know that you have been fully sanctified. And look at my video on sanctification, because it'll bless you. But it is a setting apart. Somebody should encounter you and know it's something different about you. There's something different happening here. Do you understand? And so, anyways, the movie blessed me. It was so good. It was so it was just beautiful. It was on point, and it talked about how, and there was even parts of the movie that we can tell when we let our egos get beside us. and I saw it on both ends. And if you see the movie, I pray not to spoil it for you, but you know, when we allow God to use us, we must always keep in mind that it is God using us. Like He is the Almighty. It's not about me, because even if He don't use me, He'll get His message out through whomever is available. So the moment we start pumping ourselves up, thinking that we're the end all be all, we all that in a bag of chips, as we used to say when I was a kid. But the moment we start thinking that is the moment that we've made a grave error. Okay, like God can use any and everybody, and will use any and everybody. Like He'll use an unbeliever, believe it or not. Okay, so that's what I got out of it. This video is a little shorter than I normally do, but it was good to me. But again, most importantly, what I want to drive home is we need to get out, evangelize, let God use you to spread His gospel in the way that's most unique to you. Okay, however He gives it to you, get it out. Okay. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Be blessed. Be a blessing to others. I will talk to y'all again soon. Bye.